Hi, welcome. Sorry about that. I was creating a new banner and it's like, oh, it's time. So, how's everybody doing this morning, this afternoon, this evening? I'm Miranda and I write young adult urban paranormal because of witches and kids that were born with DNA. Those are my two main stories that I'm working on. We have lots of comments, lots of friends in today, which is awesome. First of all, here's a direct link. Hopefully it gets you there for Melissa. I'm not even going to guess her last name. Eek, I think. She's hosting a all-day writing sprint over on her channel because of autumn. If you sprint with HK Darkwood, she's usually always there. And I was sprinting with them earlier today between Mal's and Sarah's. And here is Sarah's link if you care to stream hop. I tend to, if I do more than one stream at a time, I get slow and like sluggish. But I turned left her link or left her stream on. I know I'm not going back over there. Hopefully it stays open, but who knows? Kay was here, but she's out. She can't stay. And Jenna is hosting a class, but then she'll be popping back over, which is great. And thanks for the reminder of tapping that like button. And the other Rita, happy to get to your streams. Thanks for popping in. I cannot go to your streams because it's way too early for me. I believe it's at 7:30 a.m. Eastern, which would be like 5:30. So even the days I have the kids and then I'm up at 20 after 6, I need to remember that instead of going back and napping when they arrive at 6:30, that maybe I should pop in at a stream. And Diane is here, sitting in the back corner, working on scheduling sprints, which reminds me, not only does the other Rita host sprints, Diane and Jenna and Kay sprint on behalf of the Heart Breathing Running community. Check out their calendar so you won't miss their sprints. I, for one, sometimes get K's on Fridays because she runs them longer, so I tend to be able to pick up on the last hour. For Jenna, who normally sprints in the evenings, I try not to miss her sprints. And same with Diane. Her sprints are right in the middle of the day, which is perfect timing for me, so I try not to miss her sprints at all. And like I said in the chat, I have a story to tell you. Well, about 9:30 my time, so about a half an hour ago, I was on 2 different streams for Sarah and Melissa, and I had my Celtic music playing on another YouTube channel. For some reason, I can do 2. Sometimes it pauses, so I have to keep an eye on them. But the music channel, YouTube channel, it's fine. But the music stopped. So I'm like, I wonder what happened. Maybe I've been playing it for too long and it's just asking me if I'm still around. So I jump over to that screen and it's not playing. The little circle is going around and around. I'm like, oh. And then it says chat disconnected. Oh, okay, great. I have no internet. Being in the country and sometimes the wind knocks it out. So I call the provider to find out, is there an interruption or what? Go downstairs, turn it off, turn it on. Well, oh my goodness, one of my kitties had jumped on the power bar and turned off the internet. So, and here I am, a good half an hour later, still waiting for the provider to call back. I guess they're busy. Maybe they have other customers that have kitties that are jumping on power bar and shutting it off. So all things is good. I turned it on, waited for it to boot up again. Fed the outside cats, let my dog out, just regular morning stuff. Yeah, so fun, fun, fun. So that's enough of me chatting about my silly kitties. And Sarah popped in to hit the like button. Thank you, Sarah. The next person who sprints normally for Heartbreaking Authority Community would be the revised writer, Tracy, but she's taking today off. She will be scheduled, will be hosting tomorrow. So through the Heartbreakings, there's no one else sprinting today, unless there's a pop-up. But I know when I'm done here, I will be popping back over to Melissa's for the rest of the day. I think she sprints till 7 Eastern or 7 Central. It's an all day, usually 12-hour thing. So that's what I'll be doing popping over there. So first things first, let's bring out the cat wisdom cards. See what the kitty says for today. I love these cards. I'm so happy that I guess you could say the other grandma, since she's my daughter-in-law's mom, who's I just can't believe how much our children, well, grown adults, grew up, married someone that's similar to their own parents. Okay, so let's go with the cut. Security. Who needs a reminder that they are secure? They've got friends, they have families. Look at these little kitties. Even though the one little kitten, tabby little kitten, looks pretty scared. I wonder what scared about. Okay, so for my first sprint, I will do 15 minutes to just get us focused in to what we want to do. And then we'll get back together at the end of 15 minutes and we'll discuss what we did that 15 minutes and what we're planning on doing for the next 15 minutes. So let's bring up the timer. And we're doing this one. Oh, we're not doing that one. That is the fifth. That's, I guess we went through. I'm going to bring that down to 15 minutes. And these are one of HK Darkwood's timers. So we'll see you in 15 minutes. What are we going to do? And that was the end of our first sprint together. It was a short one. I got things situated. I cleaned up a little bit, did up my task walks from yesterday, finally getting myself back into the Published and Thrive videos. The last 3 days alone, I put in not as many as I wanted to, but still 15 task blocks for the last 3 days. So that's not too bad. Okay, if I don't know if anybody actually saw the kitty that was Try due to his little triangular black nose. His dad has one just like it. Oh, weird. Okay, let me just. Oh, I'll just leave that playing. It's soft enough. That's one of HK's timers with a little bit of music in the dark. But we're just gonna let that keep going through. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have. I shared a photo of Wiggy, Ziggy, and Try, and they look so much alike. It's uncanny. Rita's comment. I think I'll work on posting lifestyle vid and author promo vid. Fun. I don't really post videos as of yet. Oh, I'm gonna have to shut that off. Let's see if I can turn it. I'm just gonna. I can mute it. That is wonderful. I wasn't sure if I can mute just that. So, like I said earlier, since this is the autumn equinox, I'm going to do a few more cards in honor. This one is the familiar, which is familiar, Runic or runes oracle deck. If you are not familiar with runes, basically they are symbols. Like this one looks like an R, and it is called radio. Not radio, but it kind of sounds like radio. I was drawn to runes back when my kids were little. I remember when my son was in junior kindergarten, which this was like over that summer that he would have been still 3, but he would turn 4 in November. So anyhow, we would go down to the school that he'd be going to all the time. And this was in Ontario, and in the playground they have little pebbles. And my daughter, well, she was 2, and she was picking up those little rocks, and that was her stones, just like mommy. And when she got older, she would be playing with the runes with her stuffed animals and her dolls. It was rather cute. So I'm shuffling the cards. And this one is an eagle. I don't know if you can really see it well enough. You might be able to. And I am going to butcher the name because they're all like Norse or unusual names. And it's called Taiwaz. That's how I would pronounce it. And the meaning is, let's see if I can look it up in my little book because these are a little bit different. 34. Keyword: justice, honor, sacrifice, loyalty, victory. I remember being with victory. So that is that little card for that round of a break. So how is everybody doing during these sprints? Perhaps you're stream hopping and you're in between streams right now, which is fine. next break, if you can mark down if you want a tarot from the Light Seer deck or the Animal Spirit deck. So it is totally up to you. You can, I need to figure out how to do these polls. Maybe I'll do that before my next stream, which would be, oh my goodness, it's going to be on Monday. Monday at noon Eastern. So I will continue with this stream because I wanted it to be a 25 minutes. So I will just continue with the timer and I'll see you on the other side. And I am going to be setting up next week's planner with between my HB90 system and bullet journal. See you on the other side. And that was the end of our second sprint together. How is everybody doing? Right after I started the timer again, Diane popped in with a comment, embroidering while grandchild on FaceTime. Why? I have so many other things I need to accomplish. Embroidering with talking with your granddaughter or grandchild, that is a wonderful way to spend a sprint. I, for one, my little granddaughter is not quite ready for FaceTime, but she does like to make googly noises and now likes to float in the pool with her parents. Just going to leave that music, but after I'm going to switch to a different timer altogether. In the meantime, Jenna popped back in, finished class, grabbed a break, and now going to rotate back and forth between coaching tasks and editing tasks for a few hours. And how are we all doing? I am doing great. I'm getting a lot of my planning kind of stuff done. I set up for next week, including my projects. And my number one project for the last week of September is setting up my goals and projects for HB90 for the fourth quarter. I hope to get a little bit more organized than I did the last two. I do know I want to hopefully finish another revisions through Pro Writing Aid for the elements, Essence of Elements. I always get those two backwards. You think I would remember the title, like I wrote the book, in this case, two of them. I put a questionnaire up on my Instagram and my YouTube page. No, not my YouTube. I should do it on YouTube, but I didn't. I might do that. But anyhow, my sister suggested that I continue with Nexus, which is book 2 of my Essence of Elements. I just went through the first book for Witches of Solace. It has a much larger point of view cast than the other one. So it's going to be fun to go back to that. And I did notice in my writer's notebook or writer's journal, the last time I actually looked at book 2 would have been back in last December, I think, which would make sense because I've been working on edits on 2 other books. So I'm going to go back to book 2. But anyhow, I asked about whether to do a tarot card or animal cards for this sprint, for this break. And Jenna pops up and requests animal. So that's what I'm going to do. And yes, she is growing so fast. I can't wait to see her again, which will probably be at Thanksgiving, which those in Canada, it's only a couple weeks away because our Thanksgiving is usually the second weekend in October, which, personal fun fact, my sister got married would have been around that same time, early October. And I was very, very pregnant with my son. And boom, 6 weeks later, he was born. And he's going to be, oh my goodness, I don't even want to think about how old he's going to be. He is going to be 27 years old in the end of November. It's crazy. I'm just happy that he didn't wait as long as I did to have a baby, because I was already 29 when he was born, which for some people could be a little bit on the older side. Unlike my parents who had me when they were, I think my mom was like 19 or 20, but that was a different time back then, in the late 60s, at least. It was the late 60s. So I'm going to go back into shuffling the animal spirit card. And I'm going to, one's sticking out. So if one's sticking out, I usually take that one. And it is the shark. Interesting. The shark. I wonder what it means in the little animal spirit guidebook. I would say no one should be afraid of you if you're a shark. Am I right? Like, who's afraid and who wants to go swimming with sharks? Not me. And the cute thing about these cards, there's a black upside down triangle, which I do believe, since it's a shark, it makes sense that it would be with water. And let's switch over to find that water. Guess it's first. Going to eventually find it. So did anybody see the little kitty that came with me? That popped in. He decided to come back. Okay, so the shark is directness, exposure, revealing true nature, and desire. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Interesting. Tension in life? I wonder what that tension could be in my life. Could it be, I don't know. I don't have any young children at home. And I have literally all the time in the world to get running done. So this week is focused on my HB90 with a little bit of Publish and Thrive, because I really would love to be able to get finished the first module. A comment from Jenna. Mom had my eldest bro when she was like 18 and a few weeks old. Then she had me at 22, several years later. That's actually pretty good, because if I remember correctly, you have a large family. Diane, I got married young. Well, too young. I was 20. Yeah, my husband and I, we were... Incidentally, when I say we were the same age, we were literally the same age. We were born on St. Patrick's Day. But we were 20... I think we were 21. No, maybe we were 22 or 23 when we got married. Because we started dating in 88. And then we were 20 when we started dating, or almost 20. And we got married 3 years later. So yeah, we were like 22 or thereabouts. Yeah. So that is the end of that chat break. Young and stupid. That's funny. Yeah, sometimes I'm thinking I was young and stupid too when I got married. That's why I'm glad that my son, he got married. Well, he started dating the Cheyenne when they were in grade 11, and they probably got married 5 years later, and they've been married for 5 years. So, but my daughter, who's 24, there's no plans for her to get married yet, which is kind of nice. Like, she's only been dating this guy for, I think, 3 years, maybe 4 years. Kind of go with Christmases. Yeah, I think it's been 4 years now. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, Jenna says there's 5 of us total. Mom often said having me when she was 41 wasn't a wise. Oops, either, to be fair. But you're healthy. She was healthy. All is good. Okay, I'm going to switch to a different timer. I'm going to go with a more fall with this. This one is from Laura Nettles with the fall leaves and the witch's hat. So we'll see you in 30 minutes. I like to change it up a little bit, but 30 is usually the longest I like to take. So we'll see you on the other side of 30 minutes. And that was the end of the 30-minute sprint. Rita says, I love that timer. And Jenna's reply was, Laura, HK, and Jules make the best timers. I do agree with HK's. I love her timers. I've only picked up a few of Laura's. I've seen Jules. I used to sprint with her, but I don't know why I'm not anymore. Maybe because her time doesn't mesh up with what I want to do during that time. Who knows? Okay, so that was going to be our third sprint. This next sprint will be a little shorter, not the 30 minutes. We'll see how long we chat for. Maybe we'll just continue with this Cauldron timer from Laura Nettles. I kind of been all over the map during that last sprint. I went and got a snack, and then I decided to work through my writer's notebook or writer's journal. I really should have put dates on these. One time I was editing Lear, which is book 1 of the Essence of Elements. I have the workout when I started and after I did the revisions, and may or may not put it through Pro Writing Aid because this one doesn't have a date other than it was July. So I'm thinking it was just this last time, but since it's book 2, I think it might have been last summer. Maybe not. I will have to double check my notes and maybe even go into my binder to find out, because I normally put the date on that when I revised it, the new word count and that. So I'm not really sure, but looking back at previous notes here, I think it might have been from last summer. Yeah, because there's a Discord group that does monthly live critiques, and there was notes about that, so I'm thinking that must have been from last summer. Yep. Oh, here we go, because it says January, probably 2004, was back to Lear with the beta reader comments. So I'm not sure where I have my notes of when I was doing up the Pro Writing Aid revisions with Lear. Maybe I have too many notebooks in assorted disarray and it's just a mess. But anyhow, Sako popped in with her other channel. And she says, I hope number 100. And she set comments doing some back and forth for the podcast, which is the Sako and the Moon podcast. I really should check that out if it's on YouTube, because I don't really do podcasts. Then I went and checked, and my comment was, it's crazy. Thanks for that comment, Sako. I checked my subs, and I'm now at 101 subs. And I only started streaming last Halloween. So that is amazing. Now I just have to figure out how to celebrate. Thank you so much for everyone who's been subscribing. Hopefully now I can get back into a somewhat regular streaming routine. And since I've been feeling more comfortable doing the streams and doing other things, maybe I'll just do a special thanks for subscribing kind of boring stuff. But I want to do something special too for my 1-year anniversary. So we'll just have to see what's happening. Let me get my planner so I'll know what's going on, because it's almost the last stream. Okay, I've already put up my scheduling for my streams for next week. But in the meantime, tomorrow at 4:30 my time, which would be 6:30 Eastern, I'm decided to set up a time block for my planning. It's with just me. In the past, Tracy the Revised Writer has a special planning session, and she's been doing it weekly, and she's been not being able to do it now for personal reasons. So I decided, instead of waiting until Wednesday to do my planning for the week, that I'll set it up on an actual schedule time. So that's tomorrow. And I am sprinting again Monday at noon. I've been sprinting while hosting sprints on Tuesdays because Rachel D. Adams isn't able to sprint. And instead of having me being online streaming for 4 days in a row, I've decided to not do Tuesday, but to go on Thursday, because she's not going to be hosting on Thursday at 4 Eastern. So right after Diane, who sprints just before that. And I'm sure if you're a member of Jenna the Soul Writers channel, you have seen that we are doing a tarot and self-care journaling type workshop on the next Saturday, the 28th, at noon Eastern. So hopefully I will see you there. And that is all the little announcements and boring stuff. Let's see. There's chatter about Sako and Hollow Witchy Timers. I'm going to have to check that out, because we all need a good witchy timer. And Jenna's comment, 1 year and 100 subs. Yes. Stream party. Yeah, maybe I'll have some guests. I'll figure out a day, and maybe we can do I guess, kind of chat with a few others. I'll have to figure out a good time for that, with the difference of time between the East Coast and Mountain Time. And maybe we'll do it. I'm not sure. The 31st, closer to the 31st, would be kind of fun. So let's check out my calendar. The 31st is a Thursday. And I'll have to figure it out. And Jenna says, cannot wait for that workshop. Yeah, I'm kind of nervous, but at least I have 12 slides all figured out. So at least I have an idea of where to go. And then I'll just ad lib, see whatever I would need to say during the streams and watching it. So yeah, it'd be fun. Okay, so we're going to do a very short cool down, because I need a break. And then I'm going to go back into streaming with Melissa. I posted her link at the beginning. So if you still want some more sprints, check that one out. And so let's just say I'll bring up that timer and bring it down to, let's just go to 15 minutes. So it's kind of, we started with 15 and we'll end with 15. Okay, that's close enough. So see you in about 15 minutes. Happy sprinting. And I'm going to stop sharing that screen. There we go. And thank you so much for spending the last couple hours with me on your writing tasks or whatever. I will see you back tomorrow for our planning time block. It's not really a planning session, just if you want to bring your planners, that's great. If you just want to work on your edits or first draft, dirty draft, whatever, I will be here, and I will be back on Monday at noon for another writing sprint. Let's see if there's any comments. Let's see. Jenna popped out. Heading out for a break. Yes, I'm going to have a lunch break when this is over and then get back to doing something. I have this feeling that I just need to work on HB90 reviews from last quarter and this quarter and just kind of tidy things up because my writing notebooks, writing journals are pretty much a mess. Thanks for popping in, and thank you so much for Diane and everyone else who popped in during my sprints. I will see you later today if you're popping into Melissa's all-day sprints. Not our Melissa, not Melissa Power Play Press, the one that I told you earlier that if you start with HK Darkwood, you'd recognize her. And I will see you tomorrow morning with Power Play Press. And then Sarah C. Brody is posting right after Mel. And then if everything goes as planned, Tracy, the revised writer, will be also hosting tomorrow afternoon. I will see you later. Bye for now.